Greetings. This is my newest loco with sound added. It's a USA Trains Union Pacific GP9. The DCC decoder in it, the digital decoder, is a sound decoder produced by Digitools in Hungary. The website is digitools.hu. And my aim was to use this decoder because it has the locomotive driver function. They have their own way of setting up the CV values, and I had to play a little bit with it. The aim was to have rule 17, and the aim was to have the two headlights here on the front flashing alternatively when I blow the horn or ring the bell. So I also added step lights and lights above the bogies and lights at the end of the loco for the catwalk. So let's see first the step lights, and the number board lights will switch on at the same time as well. So here we go. If I turn off the light a little bit, you can see there's lights above the bogies as well. And we have these lights here at the bottom, which are not there on the factory model. I also have cab light, and I also have, for the position lights, I just wired red LEDs. I can use it as a tail light if I want. It's not really prototypical in the US, but it looks neat on the layout sometimes. So now let's see first the how the headlights work. This is the number 1 end, and the light which is used for rule 17 is the bottom light. Basically this is on when I press F8 constantly, except when I blow the horn or when I ring the bell. And if I switch on the main light, you won't see it only when the loco starts moving. Now, you can also notice that the main light is brighter than the one at the bottom. When the loco stops, it's only the bottom light which is on. And if I go in the reverse direction, it's the same, rule 17, the light is on. Now let's see what happens when I blow the horn. And the same when I ring the bell. This also happens when the loco is stationary. I could change that if I wanted to, but I thought sometimes the locos will depart from a stop or from a station and ring the bell, and the lights may be blinking. Okay, if I turn the bottom light off, the lights will still come on. Now I'll show you what happens with the tail lights first on their own. The loco is now going to travel forward, so by the way, I switched off the main light, so now it's going without lights. And now changing direction, the red light automatically changes with the direction. So I switch on the main light and the bottom light. Okay, stop the loco, going in the reverse direction. I can switch on cab light, the other lights. There we go. So basically that is all the functions. Now there are only the sound functions, which are not really easy to present. But I'll show you the loco driving function. Basically, you give it the rate of acceleration, and as long as you accelerate, the loco will start moving faster by the time. That is if I switch the function on. It's number 6. So I leave the control in the position and the loco starts accelerating on its own until I put it back to 0. Then it holds its speed, except that it slows down. The deceleration is set to the highest value, 255, so it will slow down in like 2, 3, 4 minutes to a complete stop. This is basically a free rolling coasting scenario. And if I want to brake, use it the other way. A little bit more realistic than just the standard way you control the trains. Let's give it a big fast acceleration. Stopping now. So you can have really smooth startups and stops with this system. I can also get rid of the momentum control by pressing one of the buttons. I programmed it to 10. So if you just quickly want to test the loco, you can do that. And there is also the heavy freight train, which is with me on number 9. That will give you a much slower acceleration and much slower deceleration. Now, I'm not going to go through this without sound because it would take too long. However, let's listen to all this with sound. First, I won't use momentum control now, but I will use the regular control. Let's hear the sound. Okay, now we're stopped. Now I'll give it more volume and use the heavy freight. takes a long time to accelerate in heavy freight. I can also give it a complete mute. These are all features that I programmed, and the locomotive is accelerating very slowly. And the same thing happens with deceleration in heavy freight mode, which is not that realistic. However, you can always use the 10 button to make it stop quicker or get rid of the heavy freight function, or you can program deceleration to be less like a coasting, more like a proper stop. So now it's coming up to some speed. Let's give the sound back. Now I'm powering back to 0, and the loco and the train are rolling. If I get rid of the heavy freight, then start stopping at regular speed. Regular deceleration. So that's basically it. Let's do it in the other direction. So, this is it. I hope you liked it. More later. Bye.